Welcome back, bros. Tonight, we are going to talk about the possible 2024 election, assuming that America has not self-destructed in a massive civil war of, I don't know, leftism and rightism and trans-apocalypse-ism. There are so many possible things. But assuming that there is still an America by 2024 and it has not dissolved like paper in the rain, with a shitload of guns. I don't know, you know what I mean, right? Who is going to be running? Well, the recent news that Kanye West, yes, Ye himself, the black skinhead, has visited Mar-a-Lago and talked to Donald Trump about possibly being his running mate after launching his own presidential bid has everybody up in arms. Everyone's like, oh my God. And, you would think that the usual people would be like, right? But Kanye's black. He could be the second black president. And I assume all the people on the left would be like, no, not like that. Not that kind of black, right? We mean black leftists, right? Anyone who happens to be black who is not a leftist need not apply. So, I presume they would have the same reaction to, I don't know, Thomas Sowell or Larry Elder or, any of my based black bros running for president. They wouldn't like that. The whole point of being black in America is to stay on the Democrat plantation. You ain't allowed to have your own opinions, and you're especially not allowed to like right-leaning culture. But Ye, of course, is a sort of phenomena in his own right. He was allegedly a billionaire until all of his contracts fell through after he tweeted some rather spicy stuff about a certain ethnic group you're not really supposed to say anything about. And now it looks like he's making a run for president. The question on everyone's lips, of course, is, would Trump actually run with Ye? Nobody knows. However, another recent breaking development is that Kanye was seen with Nick Fuentes at Miami National Airport. I don't know if, the ADL or Hate Watch or, these creepy sort of left-wing snitch groups actually had someone, on the ground, ready to, film them so they could be like, oh my God. All the usual people, of course, are absolutely losing their shit over this. Fuentes is, he's very much sort of a white American nationalist in a way, you know what I mean? He says some quite spicy stuff, again, about that certain ethnic group that you're not allowed to mention, and generally is, very, very Christian and, kind of very, right-wing, sort of Zoomer wing, maybe we could call it. I'm not sure he's exactly a Zoomer, but he's very, very much that kind of, younger generation, short back and sides, sort of white, we really want our country back, please, this is all getting a bit too much, thank you, sort of strain of politics that you are seeing, which, of course, according to certain groups on the left, should not even really exist. They shouldn't be allowed to have a voice, and they certainly should not be allowed to run for office. However, as if that was not bad enough, it seems that Milo Yiannopoulos, yes, the ex-gay, now Christian political analyst who, was very, very prominent in Trump's sort of accession in 2016, sharp as a tack. He has converted to Catholicism now. People say maybe he didn't, but I don't know. I saw him on Tim Pool and I thought he was very, very genuine and very, very smart. Clearly a political operator. Now, you might wonder about some of the stuff that's been said about him. Lauren Southern did a bit of a expose on this, but, if a man cannot change and if a man cannot be forgiven and if a man cannot be different to how he was in the past, is there any path for redemption? And I certainly hope that Milo will use his newfound love of God to exercise that incredible political mind for good use. So we now have a situation where we could basically see Kanye running with Trump. This is from 4chan poll, of course. Their sort of ideal lineup, I guess you would call it. President Donald Trump, VP Kanye West, Secretary of State Nick Fuentes, Treasury Rand Paul, Defense Alex Jones. Mr. President, I need $100 billion to develop a weapon that will stop the frogs from turning gay. I mean, I mean, obviously this is a joke, but holy shit, that would be pretty fucking funny, man. Alex Jones is defense secretary. I will eat your neighbors if you do not come to terms. Attorney General Chris Kobach, I don't know who that is. Secretary of the Interior Tucker Carlson. Of course, impossible because all these people have media jobs, you know what I mean? But, you know, Commerce, Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, the entire American economy will run off pillows exported to the rest of the world. Labor, Donald Trump Jr., Health and Human Services, Dr. Robert Malone. Oh, that would be awesome. Dr. Malone in charge of health. HUD, Blake Masters. I don't know what HUD is or who Blake Masters is. Transportation, Elon Musk. Nice. We'll all be driving Teslas. Maybe they can make them with petrol engines. I don't know. Energy, Sarah Palin. Oh man, that would be freaking funny. Education, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Although I would personally recommend James Lindsay as Secretary of Education. I think perhaps split the role between the two of them. They could take care of that nasty groomer neo-Marxism stuff. Homeland Security, Doug Mastriano. I don't know who that is either. And Press Secretary Milo Yiannopoulos. Oh my God, could you imagine White House press briefings with Milo behind the podium instead of Jan Psaki? Oh my God. Now, I mean, you know, the reason I bring this up is that this could basically turn into a sort of based timeline. I am actually starting to enjoy politics, at least a little. Now that Twitter has opened up a little bit, I have an account on there at Malinformed. If you'd like to follow us, I mean, it's mainly sort of like retweets of clips, but you know, if I get a few followers, I might retweet some other stuff. And it now looks like we have the next 2 years to look forward for some memes, some actual proper disruption. I imagine the lefties will be howling themselves insane with just the idea that, I mean, look, this is a thing in politics or society generally, right? You go around and you start excluding people, right? You're like, you know, you're not fit to be in civilized society, get out, right? Now, if you start doing this more and more and more, sooner or later, all of the people that you've excluded are going to team up and form their own little society. And this is exactly what has happened in politics. In a sense, this would basically be the cabinet of the cancelled, I guess you could call it. All of these people, as far as I'm aware, have been cancelled or sidelined or marginalized by the sort of mainstream woke left as not having the right opinions to be in politics, you know, being beyond the pale. We don't talk about those people. Those opinions be racist and shit. You're not allowed. So what happens if they form their own political movement? Ooh, what happens if the naughty words don't work anymore? Ooh. What happens if you can't get them banned off Twitter? Oh my God, woke bros, it's not looking so good. You might have gotten too cocky. Might have just been better to keep the cancellations a bit on the down low. But oh no, you had to take it to the extreme. And now all the people that you pushed out look like they are on the verge of forming their own political movement. Now, of course, you know, it's obviously much more complicated than that. This cabinet list is purely speculative, and a lot of these people are still, you know, in the Republican Party. But I mean, look, maybe they'll split and form a Christian nationalist party or something like that. They could just call themselves the MAGA Party. I mean, yeah, it's totally catchy. Everybody knows the name. It's got massive brand recognition, and of course, all of the right people would absolutely freaking hate it. I wait and see. The next 2 years are going to be interesting, bros. Anyway, what do you think is going to happen? Please leave a comment below and tell me if you think that this is a viable option. Or alternatively, if you absolutely hate this idea, please leave a comment telling me how much you hate this idea. And a very Merry Thanksgiving to you all, especially to my America bros. You are the only country that invented Second Christmas, and for that, I salute you. Good night.